Renee Cook, IMPD PIO. Shortly after 4 o'clock this afternoon, officers were called out to the 4000 block of West Man Road on a person shot. Officers arrived. They located a male shot on the ground. At this point in time, IMS responded and pronounced him deceased at the scene. There was other persons that were possibly involved. They were still here at the scene. Detectives are speaking with them currently, and at this time are cooperating somewhat with detectives. It's believed that this was possibly some type of incident where they were exchanging goods, whether it was an online exchange of merchandise or they were meeting here for that. It's really important, that this is still early on, so we're still learning information about everything. Preliminarily, we believe that during that transaction that one of the two people revealed a gun. At that point, there was a fight over the weapon, and during that time, the one person was shot. It is still unclear on how this happened and what this was over, the exact details. Detectives are still working on that, and we'll be working on that for a while.
And the person who showed the gun during that transaction, is that person in custody?
That's what we're still trying to figure out, is how that transaction went down. Whether it was the person who was buying or receiving, or how that went down, we're not sure yet. So detectives it'll take some time to gather that information. We ask that anyone that saw this, again, come forward, come talk to the detectives, the officers, anybody at the scene, or call 262-TIPS to Indiana Crime Stoppers if they'd like to remain anonymous.
So you believe this was some sort of online exchange, you're thinking?
It could have been either online or some type of transaction where they agreed to meet here.
And you mentioned people involved who may have been involved are still here on scene cooperating. Can you share how many people?
I don't know how many exactly. Several people were transported down to the homicide office for questioning.
One person shot. Do we have an age range of that person?
Right now we believe that they're young adults.
Young adults.
It's important. We all get on internet. We get on our social media. We continue to do our transactions. We still, as a police department, at each roll call have areas set up for e-commerce, and we ask, please use those. We would prefer everybody be safe. Always understand that if you don't feel comfortable to the place that you're going or to the people that you're talking to, the transaction just isn't worth it. Your safety is what is important.
So we don't know if the person, this victim who was shot and killed, we don't know if he was a buyer or the seller, correct?
Correct. Right now that is under investigation.
Were there customers inside this pantry?
I believe so at the time.
And where did the 911 call? Who called 911?
I don't know exactly where the 911 call came from. Right now, again, this is all preliminary. This can change. Like any investigation, we have a starting point, and as we gather more information, we find out more.